So today we are joined by one of our preferred vendors, Miss Marsha Lowe from Apex Radon. Welcome, Marsha.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely.
It's awesome to be here.
So let's dive in a little bit about what the heck is radon. We'll talk about that. So give me the non-boring elevator pitch of what exactly radon is. I think a lot of people have misconceptions about it. A lot of people don't really understand it. But why is everybody suddenly talking about radon here in Connecticut?
Radon is colorless, odorless, tasteless, something that we cannot see, and the number one leading cause of lung cancer if you do not smoke.
Okay. So how do you find out that you have it then?
You have to test for it, test in the lowest living space of your home.
So is it the lowest living space or the lowest potential living space?
Lowest potential living space. So even if you have an unfinished basement,
That's where you're going to touch.
that's where we're going to test. So we don't want to test in a crawl space or a basement that has like 5-foot ceilings.
Okay. I know for a fact this building does not have radon. You know how I know that?
How
Be-
is that, Dave?
Because Marsha Lowe's company installed a radon remediation system here because when we bought it, we tested and it did have radon. And because of the size of the building, we actually had to put in how many systems?
We had to put in one system with, I believe, 4 extraction points.
Okay.
So one fan on the outside could do up to 5 extraction points. So we don't want you to have 5 fans on the outside of your house.
That makes sense. Yep.
So we put in 5 extraction points inside your house.
Yep. And you guys were actually very accommodating because when we finished our basement, we did everything matte black and opened it all up. And you actually helped blend it into the decor. So most people don't even know it's there until we point it out and show them what a good job you did. So
Correct. So we usually do use white PVC pipe, but we can also use ABS, which is plumber's pipe.
yeah, slight upcharge.
Slight upcharge.
Slight upcharge.
But hey, we want to
It
make the
looks
home.
good.
We want to make the homeowner happy.
Yep. How did you end up in the world of radon?
The world of radon. I get that question a lot. So I retired as a police officer,
Thank you
and
for your service.
why, thank you. And I
Tough
kind of made the
field.
joke because I didn't know what I wanted to do when I grew up. So you know what I did? I met this guy named Dave Jones. Here we are today.
Awesome.
Got my
Yep.
real estate license, and I still have it. Love doing it, and had a bunch of life changes. So I've known Melanie for quite some time. We had a lot of discussions, and now I'm doing sales for Radon
Awesome.
and still selling houses.
So what would you say is the biggest myth about radon currently out in the market?
The one I hear all the time is, I live on a slab. I don't have radon.
Mm. And let me guess,
Let me tell you,
they do.
guess what?
Uh-huh.
You still have dirt beneath that slab. So anything that has dirt has a potential to have radon.
Do you find that it tends to run in pockets, like certain areas have it more so than others? And is it typical if one house has it and you test the neighbors, would the neighbor's house also have it? Or does that not matter?
No, it definitely matters. So here in Connecticut, Fairfield and New Haven County, number one, Litchfield County, also very heavy in it. We look at a map, they say that Hartford County is less. But that doesn't mean that you don't have it. I also had a house in Glastonbury that I sold, and the level of radon there was 77.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is going to bring me to one of my next questions. What was the most surprising reading you ever got? What was the highest level you saw in a residential house?
The highest level I saw was 158 in Watertown.
Wow.
Yeah, she was living in the house for 35 years, went to sell, and she did not know she had radon. We came in, installed a 5-pipe system, and post-test, we brought it down to 0.8.
Wow. You would think when it got that high, you would be able to taste it, smell it, or see it because it's so high.
Still, yeah. And she wasn't glowing.
Okay. Wow. So why is Connecticut such a hot spot for a radon problem?
Due to the geology, the abundance of uranium
Okay.
in our soil, it's rich in rocks, so it's the natural breakdown of the uranium in the ground. It produces the gas, and the gas finds its way into our nice dry basements, and it just sits there because we don't have a lot of ventilation in
Not
our
a lot of
basement.
circulation to it.
Yep.
So what would you say is the number one mistake homeowners make when it comes to radon?
So maybe not so much the mistake. I think there's a lack of education. We're trying to get a lot of education out there. Number one mistake is one, we don't test enough. And two, I'll also hear I have a mitigation system and people don't do testing enough.
Yep. So would you suggest people do this? Is this an annual thing? Every 2 years? How often, if we test and we find that there is no radon, we don't just say, okay, our house doesn't have radon. It should be some kind of ongoing testing, correct? And
For
what's
sure.
what's
Yep.
the time frame?
So our suggestion is to test every other year. And if you call our company in January, January is National Radon Month, so a little geek fact there for you.
Okay.
We will send you a free radon test kit, just a little charcoal test kit, set in your basement for about 48 hours. You mail it off to a independent lab in Texas, and then we both get the results in about a week.
Oh, wow. Awesome. And you do that for everybody in January?
Absolutely.
That's
Just
great.
give us a call.
Okay. If a buyer finds high radon levels during a home inspection, what is your advice so they don't panic, head for the hills? And then I'll tell you my take on it after you tell me your take on it.
So I would like to meet the buyer at the house, have a strong conversation, and just give them a nice education talk. Do a whole evaluation of the basement, tell them how we're going to mitigate it, what the process is, how long the mitigation process takes, and answer any of their questions, and just tell them how how the radon mitigation system works, and just really educate them.
Okay. So now, as a real estate broker who we brokered 600 transactions this year, we
Yeah.
saw a lot of houses.
Yes, you do.
Every house in Connecticut has radon,
Absolutely.
every single one, whether it's a little bit or a lot.
Correct.
Do not let this scare you away. Because once we have a radon remediation system in place, we're good.
Yeah.
It's not something that the radon was in the house, it's into the walls, it's into the ceiling, it's into the furniture. It's not like mold where we're continually chasing it. We can't see where it is. Once this remediation system is installed, your house no longer has radon. So the house is safe. We just want to make sure the fan is working, it's circulating, and there's a nice little reading on the pipe that shows us the fan is working.
Okay. The manometer.
That's what it's called, the manometer. That shows you it's working. The house cannot have radon. So a lot of times we have buyers do inspections. They find out it has radon. Oh, we have small kids. We do not want to buy this house.
Right.
That is silly. It is the most easily fixed home inspection issue there is, which is why everybody should test for it.
Absolutely.
Even if you're waiving inspections, do a radon test. The radon test will show you if the house has radon. We'll talk a little bit about pricing. It's an easy fix when we know ahead of time. So don't neglect that aspect of your inspections and don't run for the hills. Don't be afraid of it. It is easily remedied by calling Apex.
For sure. I'll tell you, even the radon level outside is point 0.4.
Yep.
So it's
Yep.
everywhere
It's
here in
everywhere.
Connecticut.
Yep. Explain, we talked about this a little bit, but explain what a mitigation system looks like in the real world. Does it make your house all of a sudden look like a spaceship? Is it this huge thing that takes over everything? I see some of these well systems that people have to put in
Mm.
with the UV lights and the filtration systems and the percolators and the bubbleators, and it takes up the whole basement. Is that what radon does to their house?
Our radon mitigation systems do not look like spaceships.
Okay.
We use 3-inch PVC pipe. We always want to put them in a unfinished part of your basement as much as we can. Then if we want to also put it on the outside as the most inconspicuous spot somewhere. We have
Back corner usually.
back corner, try to hide it behind a chimney if there's like a nice big bush somewhere. Never on the front of the house. I always try to keep it off the back of the house.
Yep.
I always try to keep it off the driveway side. If there's a possibility also to do what's called an interior run, we love to do an interior run so you don't even see it anywhere on the outside of your
Wow.
house.
Okay.
If it is on the outside of your house and it's somewhere, we have what's called an aesthetic cover to cover the fan. There's definitely ways that we can, make it less visible, a little bit more pretty.
Okay.
You can also paint the pipe. Um, we can also really, if you really want, some of our higher end homes, we've also used copper to try to blend in with the gutter
Oh,
system.
wow.
So
Okay.
there's definitely things we can do, like your system downstairs. We use the ABS. So always different options out there.
Okay. And usually escape it above the roof line. Is
It
that correct?
has to go above the roof line. Radon is heavier than air, so we want it to dissipate all the way up into the atmosphere.
Okay. One question I hear a lot from sellers, and I think I can help answer this too, but I want to get your take on it. Does the fact that a home has a radon remediation system hurt the resale value?
Absolutely not. In my opinion, I think it actually helps it. You're already taking care of the radon problem. But again, even if it has it, let's still test just to make sure the radon system is properly working, and it's mitigating the radon to the level of satisfaction. If it's not, we'll come in, do a quick fix, make sure the fan's working, maybe add an extra extraction point, whatever it needs to be. So, in my opinion, it actually adds the value.
Yep, and I think I would agree with that too. If you look at a lot of the new construction they're doing here in Connecticut, they're actually putting the ability to have
Purple.
radon prior to the build,
Yep.
so they're putting the space in for it, even if it's not needed, it's
Yeah.
there, so when it is needed, it's easier to do it.
So per code, I believe it's 2018, they have to put in what's called a passive system.
Okay.
Um, and it's so the PVC pipes actually are built into the frame of the house.
Yeah.
So as we come in, if you test for radon, actually we just go in the attic, cut the fan or cut the pipe, add the fan in there.
Okay, and tell me a little bit about how long a mitigation system is expected to last, what kind of maintenance is involved with it?
So we warranty our systems for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So that's our warranty. So 5 years from the fan manufacturer, and then our company adds another 5 years. But fans, I've seen fans out there for working about 30 years.
Wow.
Um, we would like you to do annual maintenance, just like everything else in your home.
Okay. So now let's get into a little bit more specifically about Apex. What makes Apex different than all these other radon companies? I think Dave Jones Realty gets approached probably every couple weeks by a new radon company. Why Apex? I know my why for Apex, but what's your pitch for why people should call you?
Number one, our 10-year warranty. Number two, our honesty, uh, our transparency, and looking at our Google reviews, I see our technicians, the the most review our technicians get, they leave the space cleaner than it was when they got there.
That's awesome. And I know for me, like I've been doing business with the Mirandas for a while. Just good, honest people. They're reasonable. They do what they say they're going to do. They show up when they're supposed to, and you know you're going to get a quality product at a quality price.
For sure.
Yep. So I'm sure you've seen this before. You probably had to follow up and fix some of these. What does a bad install look like?
Mm. Um, what does bad install look like? So for a bad install is, a pipe with no pitch. When your radon system doesn't have pitch, water gets in it, and then you hear your fan gurgling.
Mm.
Gurgling is very annoying. About 3 a.m., you're going to start calling me saying, Marsha, my fan's gurgling. What do I do? Another bad install is no labeling. Who installed my system?
Right.
No phone number,
Yep.
no information, no manometer. Um,
That's because they probably had the tail light warranty. When you saw their tail lights, the warranty's
That
up.
was it.
Yeah.
That's it. So that's really what a bad install
Okay.
looks like.
So why do realtors love working with Apex and Marsha?
Uh, Quick response, we guarantee a 24-hour quote. 99% of the time, I can give you a quote right over the phone. I ask a lot of detailed questions. If they cannot answer all the questions, I will get out there within 24 hours, give them that quote, and then we get that install done because we know that realtors basically need that install done yesterday.
Yep. And I think that's good that you actually have your real estate license because you get the pressure that's on us as agents to get these deals done. And I think that comes through when we're dealing with you. You know the stress of the transaction and you help mediate that as well
Yeah.
as the
I follow my emergency doctor's appointments. We always goes in our schedule for realtors.
that. If Apex had a motto or a mission statement, what do you think it would be? And can you make it sound like a movie trailer?
In everyone's home, beneath every foundation, there's radon.
Beneath everybody's home, beneath their foundation, there is radon.
All right, you threw it better. It's coming to a theater near you.
Dun dun dun. Coming to a listing near you.
Oh, even better.
What's the craziest or funniest thing you've ever had happen on a job site?
I don't know if this is crazy or funny, but for me, it was the coolest.
Okay.
I met Brian Cashman.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I felt like he could have said to anybody, but I walked in and I have to tell you the truth. I didn't know who he was at first,
That's funny.
but walked in, he starts talking and he starts showing me some stuff. And then he's like, hey, wait, I gotta show you something. So as he walks me through his office, he's trying to open the door. I look over and there's the New Yorker. And I'm like, you're Brian Cashman? And we had a very quick conversation about it. Very humble, awesome guy. Walked around his whole house, and on my car at the time, I had my son's magnet for his baseball team.
Yep.
And he said, "We just did an endorsement for your son's baseball team."
Get out of here.
Nope.
Oh my God.
And I was like, "That's awesome." So super down to earth and just an amazing guy.
That's awesome. Has anybody ever tried to talk their way out of a radon test? And what was their excuse? Test.
I don't know about a radon test, but I will tell you, I was up in the house. I was with the buyer's agent, and the seller was actually still home.
Okay.
Kind of a grumpy old man. His radon level was in the 70s, and he said radon does not exist, and said, "Get the out of my house."
Yep.
And I said, "Okay, I will see you later." And I looked at the buyer's agent, and said, "Please call me afterwards."
If you had access to a giant billboard on 84 and could put any pitch up there for radon for the month, what would your billboard say?
No smell, no warning, just lung cancer. Test with Apex Radon Solutions.
I think you should talk to Mel about taking that out. That's a good one. Yep.
Thanks.
What's one thing you wish every homeowner would do today to protect their family?
Test your home for radon.
And how do they do that? What should they do?
Call Apex Radon, 203-747-1808.
So now let's hop into the lightning round real quick.
Fun one, because I have a good song.
Okay, good. So radon, is it the silent killer or is it just a misunderstood introvert?
Silent killer.
Test once a year? Every time Mercury is in retrograde?
Neither, actually.
Okay.
Every other year.
Every other year. Okay. What's the bigger villain? Radon or the New England humidity?
Well, if we're talking about my hair, humidity. But New England, we got radon.
Okay. If radon had a theme song, every time you walked in to a house to test for radon, what song should come on?
Every breath you take.
Oh, that's a good one. The Police. All right.
Sorry, I shouldn't be singing.
Huh.
Let's re-answer that one.
What's something you wish you could tell every homeowner in Connecticut, but because you think it's too dramatic, you can't?
Radon is a true thing, and it's definitely a threat, so test your home.
Absolutely. If somebody wants to get their home tested or needs a remediation solution, what is their best course of action?
Call Apex Radon Solutions.
Awesome. Give us your best radon awareness month mic drop that you have.
Radon is the most dangerous thing you've never met.
Oh, I like that. Okay. So thank you for joining us today and bringing a little insight into this mysterious, odorless, colorless, tasteless killer known as radon. How should people reach out to you, Marsha, and how should people reach out to Apex Radon?
Give us a call at 203-747-1808. Dave, thank you so much for having me on. This was great. I appreciate you so much.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Have a great day.